The Trial of William Shakespeare, a love story. People have asked me, is my book like Anonymous, the film by Roland Emmerich from 2011? Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the film, in Anonymous, Edward de Vere wrote the plays, poems, and sonnets, not William Shakespeare. I love the film, but The Trial of William Shakespeare is different. In Anonymous, the biggest shocker, Queen Elizabeth was Ed de Vere's lover and his mother. Also, Shakespeare was just a fraud. In addition, Queen Elizabeth and Edward de Vere had a son named Henry Wriothesley, the third Earl of Southampton. In The Trial of William Shakespeare, instead of the Queen's lover, I suggest that Edward de Vere might have been Queen Elizabeth's nephew. That makes Queen Bloody Mary his mom. Now, royals did not condone abortion, so after King Henry VIII, he had a son named Edward VI, who died when he was 15 years old. Next came Queen Bloody Mary. She ruled for 5 years. So did she name him after her younger half-brother Edward? And then, of course, came Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled for 70 years. So, was Edward de Vere born in 1550 or earlier, maybe around 1546? If Queen Bloody Mary was Oxford's real mother, he might have been born around 1546 through 1548, when she was in her early 30s. Queen Mary was a staunch Catholic, so would she really have placed Edward in a Protestant household? Likewise, Queen Elizabeth I was a staunch Protestant. Would she really have placed Henry Wriothesley in a Catholic household? We know Henry Wriothesley was raised in a Catholic household, and Edward de Vere was placed in a Protestant household. How did Queen Bloody Mary die? It has been suggested that she died of ovarian cancer because of a massive tumor found in her body. She thought she was pregnant, maybe had the flu. I think Edward de Vere saw himself as a godfather. William Cecil was Henry's legal guardian, and Oxford might have wanted to help the young man navigate through the choppy political waters of the court. Back then, a godfather was an emotional, practical, and spiritual guide for Wriothesley, which Oxford would see as being a great honor. And here's where we see in the dedication to Venus and Adonis the word Godfather. This line, "But if the first heir of my invention prove deformed, I shall be sorry it had so noble a godfather, and ever after heir so barren a land." You can see it over here. If the sonnets were an appeal to Queen Elizabeth not to behead Henry Wriothesley, as his godfather, it still makes sense for Oxford to plead his case. And when you read that sentence aloud, "I shall be sorry it had so noble a godfather in Ed Vere, after her so barren a land." And barren, the synonyms are unable to reproduce or produce offspring, childless, infertile. She was called the Virgin Queen for a reason. Why is my book a love story? After all, the title is The Trial of William Shakespeare, a Love Story. When Edward de Vere did not speak to his wife for almost 5 years, he was mad at her. But he and his wife did get back together. How? What happened? The Trial of William Shakespeare, a Love Story, is based on historical events and not just a TED Talk on the Shakespeare authorship question. You can check it out on Amazon. I hope you like it, and have a great day.